Today I thought we would look at a glute activation sequence. It's really important to make sure that your glutes are firing. This makes any exercises that you do makes your body work better. It reduces any discomfort that you might have in your lower back. So it's a really good sequence to do to make sure that your glutes are firing. You can either do this as a warm-up, in which case just do it once and then go on to do other exercise. If you want to do it as a standalone exercise, then I suggest that you do it two or three times over, or at the end of doing other exercise, if you just want to add it on, then it works equally as well. I'm going to do, or try to do, 10 repetitions of each exercise. I may lose count because I'll be talking at the same time, but what I want you to do is 10 to 15 repetitions of each exercise, so that then once you know what you're doing, you can switch this video off and get started with the right number of repetitions for you. So let's get started. We're going to work through the right leg first, complete the sequence, then we'll work through the left leg. So I want you in 4-point kneeling to start off with. So that is very much shoulder above wrist, knee underneath hip. Now, during some of these exercises, you might find that you've got too much, your arms start to get tired and you want to have a bit of a break. In which case, carry on with the leg exercise, but come down onto forearms, still trying to keep hip over knee. If you come down onto your forearms, it'll take the pressure out of your wrists. So we're going to start off with leg circles. So I want you to do 5 leg circles one way. So I'm bringing my knee up. I'm not thinking so much about my foot position, but I'm thinking about working through the hip and where the knee's going. So I'm almost thinking about stirring with that knee. So I've done 5 round one way. I'm going to go around the other way, but I'm going to face you so that you can see from this angle exactly what's going on with my leg. Now I'm not going over onto the left hand side, I'm keeping my weight even whilst I do those circles. Okay. So then I want you to do 10 leg lifts. So I'm lengthening my right leg and I'm raising and lowering. Now I could get my leg a lot higher if I arch my back, but I don't want any arch in the back. I want your back to be nice and flat and straight. So my stomach muscles are engaged, my leg is long, and there's no movement through the back. Okay. We're then going to change that to a leg raise and then cross over to the back. Okay, so we've got a little bit more movement this time. So I'm bringing my right leg over to the left hand side as I drop it, which you should be able to see from this angle. Okay, so I can feel my glute of that right leg starting to work. I can feel the arms also working as I'm trying to keep my shoulders as level as I can. So I've got one more of these. Okay, I'm now going to lift up and hold, get my shoulders back into position, and then I'm going to bring my heel to my bottom 10 times. So I'm trying to keep that leg as straight and level as possible. The work's going through the hamstring and the glute. Okay, arms are starting to get tired now. That's great. And then one more. Then I'm going to you're going to give me 10 donkey kicks. Okay, so these are really working through the glute. And then down to rest. And come into pose of a child just to ease out those glutes. Okay, we'll turn on to the other side. Do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I want the circles first. So we've got 5 circles round one way. Thinking about stirring as much with your knee as you possibly can, and making as nice a circle as you can when you've done 5 one way, 5 the other way. Obviously, if you're working to 15 reps, you can increase the number of circles. Okay. I'm then going to do 10 leg raises. So I'm going to raise and lower. Okay. So again, as before, I'm trying to keep a nice straight back, long leg. I'm making my glute do the work. I've engaged my stomach muscles so that my back stays as flat as possible. Okay, get ready for the move. So now we change it to a razor leg, and then I'm coming over to the right side. So I'm lifting my left leg, coming over to the right. So it's more of a dynamic move, working through all the different parts of your glute muscles. Okay. So I think I've got 5 more, depending on my calculations. Okay, but we'll keep on going. A couple extra will be good rather than bad. Okay. You can feel that glute working. I'm going to lengthen and then bring the heel into bottom. Okay. Now you might start to think, if you just think about your posture, are you leaning over towards that right side? And if you are, just level yourself up. Okay. 1 more of these, and then we've got the little donkey pulses. So you've got 10 of those just to finish off. A couple more of those. Knee comes to the floor, back into pose of a child, just to lengthen through. And you can widen your knees a little bit at this point if that helps. Just lengthen through. Okay, so before you finish and before you go into the next round, I just want you to work on a fire hydrant as well. So with this one, you're in all fours exactly the same, but this time my leg is coming out to the side. So I'm going to do 10. I'll do 5 out this way so that you can see from the side, and then I'm going to face you. Okay? So I'm thinking about lifting the knee, but I'm staying level through my hips and my back. So from this angle, it's out to the side. Okay, I am not leaning over through the hip. I'm really trying to keep my hips as level and steady as I possibly can. So if I go to the other side and you see from this position, lift, lower, lift, lower. So it's about the knee, not letting the foot drop, but it's lift and lower. And if I turn to the side, lift, lower, lift, lower. So this actually, I think, is quite a tricky move, because it's tricky to keep your back nice and level, and think about the opening of the hip. Okay, so that's your sequence. You should feel like you've worked your arms as well. Your arms have had to take a fair amount of weight. Your wrists will probably feel the benefit from it. Actually, it will strengthen your arms as a byproduct of doing this exercise. So think about the number of repetitions, 10 to 15. Think about the number of times you complete the set. Is it once, twice, or 3 times? And see what difference it makes to glute activation. Thank you.